So welcome everyone to this third session, and um, today I thought we'll just kind of revise and touch upon the lines that we have already touched, because it's a very new beginning for all of us, including me also, and it would be really nice if we can just sit with the same lines again and again, because the depth of the lines is really huge, humongous depths. So even if the same lines are repeated, something new is revealed. So would any one of you want to touch upon, like, just read aloud a few of the lines, like from the beginning? I can share the screen if you want. Start sharing. Yeah, so maybe one can just do until, so any one of you, I would like, whoever comes first, can do until somnambulist whirl, or maybe no, we didn't do that here, and the tardy process of mortality, long to reach its end in vacant knot. So until here, if any one of you can read. Yeah, come on. Okay, Reggie. Yeah.
It was the hour before the gods awake. Across the path of the divine event, the huge foreboding mind of the night, alone in her unlit temple of eternity, lay stretched immobile upon silence marge. Almost one felt opaque, impenetrable, in the somber symbol of her eyeless muse. The abysm of the unbodied infinite, the fathomless zero occupied the world. A power of fallen boundless self awake between the first and the last nothingness. Recalling the tenebrous womb from which it came, turned from the insoluble mystery of birth and the tardy process of mortality, and longed to reach its end in the vacant knot.
Yeah, thank you, Reggie.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So yeah, so we can see that it's the beginning of the dawn. The dawn has yet not come. It's the it's still the hour before the gods awake. So we already touched upon that the light has still not come. And what has come? Darkness is already there, right? But it's not only darkness, because a gleam of light is just about to come, and that is what we see here. uh, so the gods are going to be awake, right? That event is, illumination is going to dawn upon, the dawn is going to happen. So that certainty is there, but the darkness also is prevailing so far. It was the hour before the gods awake. Across the path of the divine event. Now, what is this divine event? The divine event, according to Savitri's story, is referring to the day on which Satyavan must die. That is one divine event. The day on which he will be resurrected, and it's also, the divine event is also the coming of Savitri. Because this the first canto here, book 1, here we get introduced to Savitri. So Savitri is the bringer of illumination, a new dawn, a new creation. So it's also referring to that. And divine event is also then the divine event of creation. Yes, Taru, go ahead. What is your question?
Last time also I had this question. I thought I'll sit with it and it might disappear, or whatever I get answered, but it didn't. So when it's completely dark, right? Like it's been described here, and we know that dawn is coming because we know that dawn comes at a particular time. But in such a situation, when it's completely dark,
Yeah.
does one really know that the dawn is coming?
Yeah. What has been your experience?
Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, I got it.
Okay, great.
Thank
Okay, so it's, it's referring to the Brahma Muhurat time, 3 a.m. around, where you cannot say that it's completely dark, and you cannot say that the light has completely come. So it's like, middle somewhere, half here, half there. And if you actually, extrapolate further, we can really sit on it and talk and extrapolate, really interesting. You will see that actually life is all shades of gray. There is no black and white, like, this is what I call darkness and this is what I call light. It's all a mixture. Like, what may appear really dark for someone, maybe it's somebody's light. In many situations somebody is able to see light in that. So it's always, and if somebody has lost uh, through a tragedy, one's own limb, one's own, family member, so again shades of gray. So no event can be said that yes, this is black, this is white. Even if we look in our own lives, it always has been a mixture. And there, in these kind of situation where it's kind of both black and white together and gray is also mixing, there we see that the dualities merge. How do they merge? That I had been thinking that yes, this is the way of life, otherwise it's all ash, right? But then we realize no, even if that kind of a life I don't get, the other kind also shows me some other possibilities. So I cannot say that yes, this only has to be a way of life. Everything can become a way of life. So again, coming from Brahm, infinite possibilities of living a life. Every moment we have infinite possibilities. Unfortunately, most of the times we are not aware because we are such in a rush to get done with the chores and the homely stuff that we are not aware of these infinite possibilities. So through these lines maybe we get more and more aware. So अब क्या हो रहा है? The path of the divine event now has to happen. And what is coming on the way? Across, this word is important, across the path of the divine event, the huge foreboding mind of night alone. Now as if that you are going to lay your tents for a function to happen, and this fellow called night is lying outstretched on the road and saying, I am not going to get your, peg down your tents here. I am not going to allow it. It's my domain, it's my area. But at the same time, now what is this night? This night is the night of, if you remember the story of creation, all the, four powers, they turned into their opposite powers. Like consciousness became unconsciousness, truth became falsehood, bliss became suffering. That is the night of darkness, and night of our tendencies, mechanical hollow tendencies. They have no life in them, but they are the ones who run our lives most of the time. So now these tendencies are saying, I am not going to move. This is my domain. I have been ruling here 20 years. I have been ruling. And now relate it with your life. For example, something happens in your life and you get a new light in your life, like a gleam of sunshine, and you think, yes, I must follow this. This really looks very kind of progressive for me. What happens? How difficult it is for us to adjust that in our daily routines. How the daily routines demand so much of attention. And I am not saying those daily routines which have fullness in them. I am talking of those things which have become a burden. Still they keep on pulling us. They say, no, you give me time, you give me time. ये नया नया कुछ नहीं आने वाला, कुछ नई लाइफ नहीं आने वाली. So the first thing how something new happens is there is always a resistance from the old that is there. The old lifestyle, the old patterns of mind, they always rule. एंड समटाइम्स ऐसा भी होता है कि कुछ नया आने लगा और हमको इतना ज़बरदस्त वो हर्ट करता है, हमारी ईगो को इतना धक्का लगता है कि हम वो पाथ ही छोड़ देते हैं, बिकॉज टेंडेंसीज वांट टू रूल. एंड नाउ अब टेंडेंसीज को टूटना पड़ेगा. तो अब क्या हो रहा है? हम टेंडेंसीज रूल कर रही हैं, हमारी अपना तो कोई से है नहीं. तो हम सोचते हैं चलो पाथ ही छोड़ दो, कम से कम शांति तो बनी रहे, जो पुरानी शांति बरकरार थी, तो हम पाथ ही छोड़ देते हैं बहुत बार. So this is the pull, this is the kind of, immensity of the night, of the darkness, of the inconscient, unconscious, subconscious patterns that rule our life. And how do we get to know about it? Only when we become aware of it. That yes, only man has this tendency or this capacity that he can look at himself. A dog cannot look at himself. A bird cannot look at itself. Man can. And how meagerly we have been using this capacity as if it does not even exist. Most of the times when we look at ourselves, हमको लगता है कि हाँ ये मेरे में शायद बुराई है तो सही, लेकिन इसकी हिम्मत कैसे हो गई ये बोलने की, right? This is how we look at it. While this really has a lot of scope of progress in it, this tendency of looking at oneself, one's own darkness. So here the huge foreboding. Why foreboding? Because now the mind of the night knows कि अब मेरा अंत आने वाला है. वो उसको हल्का सा अंदेशा है कि अब लाइट आ गई ना तो मेरा अंत आ जाएगा. बट उसको कहीं ना कहीं ये भी पता है कि इसी में मेरा रिसरेक्शन भी है. जस्ट लाइक रावण, Ravan, when Ravan used to hate Ram so much, because he knew Kans, for example, Kans and Krishna, the Asuras knew that only the divine can resurrect them, but they will also annihilate them. So foreboding is full of terror. This mind of night is now full of terror, and it's huge. This mind is huge, no limits of this mind. And it's full of terror, and it's now not letting the divine event happen. In her unlit temple of eternity. Why unlit temple? Because देखिए क्या होता है हमारे अंदर, जब हम मेडिटेशन में बैठते हैं या कहीं भी ध्यान लगाते हैं, इवन नॉट इन मेडिटेशन, जस्ट ध्यान लगाओ, तो हमारे अंदर ना डार्कनेस है. Even when we close eyes, we find a lot of darkness inside. Unlit temple of eternity. What has to be done? The divine has to be invoked. Just like in the olden times, even now, when there is a temple, टेम्पल के अंदर के टेम्पल बिल्कुल होता है ना, अंदर जाते जाओ और अंदर बिल्कुल एक छोटी सी केव में, गुफा में, जैसे वैष्णो देवी हैं या जो भी है, अंदर मूर्ति है, हाँ, और उस पर हल्की सी लाइट है उस मूर्ति पे. तो उसको क्या करते हैं? डेली इन्वोकेशन करते हैं, उसको डेली उसको पूजा जाता है कि यस तुम हो. दिस इज इन्वोकेशन. अभी क्या है हमारी कंडीशन? अनलिट टेम्पल ऑफ इटर्निटी. देयर इज अ टेम्पल फॉर श्योर इज देयर, टेम्पल ऑफ एटर्निटी, टेम्पल ऑफ टाइमलेसनेस, बट इट्स येट अनलिट. It has not been invoked, and this is our task as a human being, to invoke the presence of the divine, which is already there in everything, but unless invoked, it feels that I am not necessary. Divine says, okay, the man is complete in himself, what is the need of me interfering? Only when he calls, I will come. And that is why you must have seen, all of you, whenever there is a sincere aspiration in us, it is always answered. So when we see that something is not happening in life and we are not answered, my questions are not answered, somewhere our sincerity must be lacking. Otherwise it is not possible कि कोई सुने नहीं हमारी आवाज. So this is what is unlit temple of eternity. Lay stretched immobile upon silence marge. दूर दूर तक, जहां जहां आप देखें, lay stretched immobile, not ready to move. This is the pull that we are against, up to. The pull of tendencies, the pull of my own limited thoughts and patterns, the pull of my own ego, very, very strong, feels so real. The divine feels really unreal in front of all this. Lay stretched immobile upon silence marge. Margin of, मतलब जहां तक margins हैं silence के, वहां तक इसका फैलाव है. Almost one felt opaque, impenetrable, मतलब डेंसिटी इतनी ज्यादा इस डार्कनेस की कि as Taru said, how does one know कि लाइट आएगी? And that is why many a times people commit suicides, because light, many a times, if you are not in faith, if your faith is completely lost from life, you actually can fall a trap into this darkness. ओपेक, इनपेनिट्रेबल, कोई दूर दूर तक रास्ता ही नहीं नजर आ रहा डार्कनेस में. सो अगर फेथ नहीं है, बिल्कुल भी एक ग्लीम ऑफ फेथ नहीं है, मिसिंग है लाइफ से, सब टूट चुका है, सब बिखर गया फेथ, तब ये it really feels as if nothing is going to happen. All will remain this dark, impenetrable. And the somber symbol of her eyeless muse, now again representing the darkness. Somber मतलब dark symbol of her eyeless muse. कोई फॉर्म भी नहीं है अभी उसकी, कोई विजन नहीं है, कोई कुछ देख नहीं पा रहा उसमें. The abysm of the unbodied infinite. So see, these words are again, these are it's called imagery, and these words are again referring us to the intensity of that situation. Abysm, fathomless depths. Abysm of unbodied, ऐसा लगता है कुछ है ही नहीं, एग्जिस्टेंस कुछ, कोई फॉर्म पर्टिकुलर ली ही नहीं है. डिवाइन को ढूंढूं तो कहाँ ढूंढूं, कोई कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा तो कहाँ ढूंढूं, कोई बॉडी ही नहीं है. अनबॉडीड इनफाइनाइट. A fathomless zero occupied the world. Now again, when we are going to commit suicide, कैसा होता है? Everything is meaningless. No light is visible. This is how we feel. A fathomless zero, जिसका कोई एंड ही नहीं नजर आ रहा दूर दूर तक. Occupied the whole world. What is the world? My own mind. जहां जहां तक मेरा माइंड जाता है, मुझे अंधेरा ही अंधेरा नजर आता है, दूर दूर तक अंधेरा है. तो जब कोई लाइट की बात भी करता है, आई फील स्केप्टिकल, सिनिकल, आई से तू बात कर रहा होगा लाइट की, मेरे को तो कहीं नहीं, लाइट नजर नहीं आ रही. नाउ व्हाट हैपन्स इन दिस डार्कनेस? व्हाट हैपन्स? समथिंग हैपन्स. अ पावर ऑफ फॉलन बाउंडलेस सेल्फ अवेक. नाउ although it is a fallen self, but it is a boundless self and it has a power. Now this is referring to the fall of the soul. जैसे होता है ना कि बच्चे की सोल आई कहीं ऊपर के रेल्म से, प्लेन, डिफरेंट प्लेन्स से, आनंद वाले जो प्लेन्स हैं उनसे गिरी, औंधे मुंह गिरी प्रेग्नेंट वूम में, राइट. अ पावर ऑफ फॉलन. और क्या होता है फिर? Again that period of darkness, pregnancy, and then something is awake, something is born. So this is again referring to several planes at once. This is referring to the journey of soul from the state of Satchit Anand to the state of unconsciousness, forgetfulness. And that is why they are calling it fallen. Sri Aurobindo has said fallen. But it also has a tremendous amount of power, which for now is in oblivion. Forgetfulness has come across. A power of fallen boundless self. See, this is again all of us, boundless, we are boundless. Awake. अब जो वो सो रही थी अभी तक क्योंकि डार्कनेस में थी, now it is going to get awake. Something is going to stir. Now this is referring to some movement within us from tamas, from inertia, कि yes, something else is possible in my life. It cannot be just darkness. Something else must be there. That stir is happening. Between the first and the last nothingness, recalling the tenebrous womb from which it came. होता क्या है, जैसे ये हल्की सी हमारे में हलचल मचती है, बार बार हम डार्कनेस की तरफ खींचे चले जाते हैं. अगेन रेफरिंग टू रिकॉलिंग द टेनेबरस वूम. बार बार उसको रिकॉल करते हैं कि यार डार्क ही तो था सब लाइफ में, तो ये लाइट कहां से आ सकती है? नहीं, डार्क ही होगा, यही होगा, लाइफ तो स्ट्रगल ही होगी. इट कैन नॉट बी मोर देन स्ट्रगल. सो रिकॉलिंग अगेन एंड अगेन दैट टेनेबरस वूम, द डार्कनेस which was actually its origin, which actually gave it birth, turned from the insoluble mystery of birth. Now we referred to last time, this insoluble mystery. Man has been wondering, what is the purpose of my existence? For centuries man has been wondering, why is human life there at all? So turned, moved from the insoluble mystery of this birth and the tardy process of mortality. Why tardy? It's a slow process. एक जन्म लो, फिर मरो, फिर दूसरा जन्म लो और धीरे धीरे इवॉल्व करते रहो, राइट? It's only tardy, but the nature's flow is tardy, but one can speeden it up. And that is why human birth comes into picture, to speed it up, so that so many mortalities are not needed. होता क्या है mortality? Why is it needed? Because we get stuck, we stagnate in our own mind, in our own thought patterns, and believe that yes, this is what it is. So to allow you from that tamas of stagnancy, to wake you up from the tamas of stagnancy, slowly the body gives up. The body says, अब इस लाइफ में तो प्रोग्रेस ज्यादा नजर नहीं आ रही, okay, let's take another birth. And then one goes through all this process of shedding the body, waiting, resting the soul in the other realms, then recollecting oneself again, and then beginning a new journey again. So it actually is a very tardy process, very long delayed process. But it's all necessary, because that is what we are here for. We are here for this adventure of the soul manifesting out from the divine, and then through experiences, through adventures and everything, journeys, all the separation, dualities, going back into the divine. जैसे घर से चले बाहर एसल वर्ल्ड मेले वेले में देखने गए, और क्या हुआ, मेले में झूले वूले खाए बहुत देर तक और घर वापस पहुंच गए. That was it, nothing else. So that is what is tardy process of mortality, and longed to reach its end in a vacant knot. Now this is again referring to that pull of the darkness, कि बार बार मन करता है बस छोड़ दो, हार मान लो. बार बार मन करता है यार बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर पड़ रहा है, इतना लाइफ में ना जगह नहीं है इतनी लाइट को देने की. So बार बार we are pulled towards that darkness, longed to reach its end, not in the bliss. जैसे ये कह रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे, between the first and the last nothingness. So पहले भी शून्य था, बाकी जाके सब मर्ज भी शून्य में होना है. तो अब ये कौन से शून्य में जा रहा है? ये डार्क शून्य की तरफ जा रहा है, which was its beginning. बार बार उसकी यादें सता रही हैं इसको कि हाँ, मेरी तो ट्रुथ वही अनवर्दीनेस है, मेरी तो ट्रुथ वही डार्कनेस है, मेरे लिए कोई लाइट पॉसिबल नहीं है. This is the referring again to the pull of the inconscient. As in a dark beginning of all things, a mute, featureless semblance of the unknown. Now why mute and featureless? कि dark beginning तो dark लगती है, but उसमें भी कहीं ना कहीं unknown, अज्ञेय. The divine has been called अज्ञेय, जिसको जाना नहीं जा सकता. And that is why I was referring last time that zero and infinity are actually not away from each other. They are kind of shadows of each other. Zero looks zero, but it's full of possibilities. Look at how zero is used in mathematics, full of possibilities. So that is how infinity and zero is linked, and that is how divine and darkness is linked. Darkness is actually can become a lot of adventure if one is willing to take that adventure. A lot of new possibilities arise from that darkness itself, only if one is willing. That's why the need of warrior spirit in all of us, and we suffer if we kind of suffocate this warrior spirit. Our lives become really dull and demanding if we suffocate, put this cloth of chloroform and kind of suffocate this voice of inner voice that says yes, let's do this adventure. It can be something else. It doesn't have to be just dark all the time and dull all the time. So if we don't listen to that feeble voice of adventure, then it becomes really struggle. Life becomes really a struggle. Repeating forever the unconscious act, prolonging forever the unseeing will. Now what is happening? Would any one of you like to take up these two lines? Because I think maybe you can relate. Repeating forever the unconscious act, prolonging forever the unseeing will. Just do the mistakes, don't be bothered about whether it will be a right interpretation or wrong interpretation.
I can go.
Yes, please.
So repeating forever the unconscious act. So basically for me, it would mean that, there are so many things in my everyday life that I just do.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't even think that why am I doing it and stuff. So either it's habit or it's just tradition or responsibility. So I just keep repeating them in an inconscient way.
Yes.
And then prolonging forever the unseen will. Like
Yeah.
I know that, like I think being born in India and all, we all kind of have always heard about, moksha, liberation. I know there's a higher purpose for me.
Yeah.
But because I keep repeating the unconscious act, I keep prolonging what I know will is my destiny. I am sure of it, but still my efforts towards that destiny don't have place because all I am doing is repeating the unconscious.
Yes. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. Bilkul. So, this is again referring to the old, as Taru said, referring to the old, all the tendencies that have been ruling me throughout all these years that I have been here and also in the previous lifetimes. I don't even know what I am carrying from the previous lifetimes. So, ho kya raha hai? Because I am not using this capacity of being human to look at my own movements, to become observant of why am I doing this on this earth? Why am I repeating the same behavior again and again? Why do I react in the same way again and again to this person? Why? So one doesn't even stop to ask this question. Repeating forever the unconscious act. These tendencies are unconscious. We are unaware of them. And that is why the need of consciousness to shed light of our own attention on these tendencies. Prolonging forever the unseeing will. Now here I would like to add why it is said unseeing will. There is a will all of us have in each and every moment. But for that one has to pause. For example, someone says something and according to my previous unconscious act or tendency, I would have acted in certain manner. Very obvious, that is how I am. But if I give myself a chance to stop, to step back, pause in that moment and ask myself, do I really want to go that way? Do I really want to prolong or do I really want to choose maybe something else this time? I would not want to say anything to this person. Or I would like to maybe hug that person, for example. Something new emerges. Anything new which breaks that earlier pattern, that unconscious pattern. Now what you are doing? Now this will is not unseeing will. Now it has become a seeing will, a will which can see. It's a free will now that you are using. Earlier what I was doing, I was not even aware of the will that was available to me in each and every moment. What can be my reaction? A person said something, send me a message, and automatically there is an impulse reaction to the message. What can I do? I can just pause and I say no. I choose my inner peace better than going into my story of what that person might have meant through that word or that message. Right? So by using your free will, you are now making the will conscious. You are not fueling the unconscious act. Right? So it's referring to that. So for now what is happening in these lines? कि हल्का सा stir तो है, but बार because of the pull of the tendencies, it's like something pulls us back, something pulls us back, something pulls us back. And the will remains an unseeing will rather than becoming a free will. The act, instead of becoming a conscious act, becomes an unconscious act, remains an unconscious act. Cradle the cosmic drowse of ignorant force. Now this force which has propelled all the planets and all the, the movement of the planets and asteroids, the Big Bang happened and that force made everything into motion, and since then we have been just running. just like earth has been rotating, revolving around the sun. Now this force is why it is said ignorant, because the force is not yet conscious. It's just a force that came, और वो बता रहे हैं कि अगर ये फोर्स इतनी माइटी फोर्स है कि इग्नोरेंस में इतना कुछ इसने क्रिएट कर दिया, तो अगर इस फोर्स में कॉन्शियसनेस आ जाए तो सोचो क्या क्या हो सकता है, right? And this force is a part of us because we are coming from that force. Cradle the cosmic rouse of that, as if कि उस force को कोई नशा चढ़ा हुआ है, कोई addiction नशा, as if I am dozed out in marijuana or weed, कुछ कोकेन वोकेन ले रखी है मैंने और उसमें मैं चले जा रही हूँ. Now again this is referring to the unconscious patterns that rule us. एक नशा सा चढ़ा हुआ है लाइफ को जीने का, एक ही तरीके से सोते सोते. हाँ, सो अगर मैं अपने अनकॉन्शियस एक्ट्स को प्रलोंग करती हूँ, अगर मैं अपनी फ्री विल को यूज नहीं करती हूँ, तो मैं क्या कर रही हूँ? आई एम क्रेडलिंग द कॉस्मिक ड्राउज ऑफ द इग्नोरेंट फोर्स, एज इफ मैं उसको पालने में झुलाई जा रही हूँ कि भैया तू सो रही है, फोर्स सोती ही रहे. आई एम नॉट मेकिंग इट कॉन्शियस. आई एम क्रेडलिंग द फोर्स which is so far ignorant. It's totally in my hands that at least in my life that force can become conscious force. And if that force unconsciously has given rise to so much, the whole universe, just look at the capacity of what it can bring rise to, give rise to, if it turns conscious. It's mind blowing, like really amazing. And this is a gift coming from the divine. We have not done anything for it, right? So this force is present with all of us. The only thing is that we have to make it conscious by our own attention, by looking at our own movements, by making our own movements more and more conscious. So the more consciousness you put into your movements, the more conscious this ignorant force becomes, and then you take the cradle away from the drowse, in the sense अब आप उसको नशे में नहीं रख रहे, आप उसको चेता रहे हैं, जगा रहे हैं. It's clear so far, I hope. Yeah. So whose moved creative slumber kindles the suns. So again referring to the force that actually brought all the existence into manifestation. Whose moved creative slumber, है तो creativity फोर्स की, लेकिन अभी क्या है? स्लम्बर, क्योंकि कॉन्शियस नहीं है. और उसी में क्या क्या हो गया, और क्या करती है वो फोर्स? इग्नोरेंट फोर्स ही भली कर क्या रही है? किंडल्स द सन्स. लुक एट द इमेंसिटी ऑफ द फोर्स एंड कैरीज अवर लाइव्स इन इट्स somnambulist वर्ल्ड. अपनी हमारी जिंदगी भी नशे में चल रही है, उसी फोर्स में जिसमें प्लैनेट्स चल रहे हैं नशे में, जिसमें अर्थ मूव कर रही है हॉलो एज इफ इन ट्रांस in space, which will come right now, next in the next few lines. As if हमारी जिंदगी भी उसी तरह से एक नशे में चली जा रही है. And carries our lives in its somnambulist world, sleepwalking, as if we are sleepwalking. And that is why mystics have said, चेत सके तो चेत, जाग सके तो जाग. अगर कॉन्शियस हो सको अपने प्रति तो हो जाओ, क्योंकि ये आइडिया जो है ये सिर्फ ह्यूमन बींग्स को मिला है. और तुम पहले कुत्ते भी रह चुके हो, तुम पहले कैमल भी रह चुके हो, तुम प्लांट भी रह चुके हो, एनिमल भी रह चुके हो. ऐसा नहीं कि तुम नहीं रह चुके, बट अब जो मिला है जन्म, जो करने के लिए मिला है, उसमें भी अगर तुम वो ही करते रहोगे जो एनिमल लाइफ में करते हो, क्या करते हो? खाते पीते सोते, रिप्रोड्यूस, खाओ पियो सो, यही तो होता है एनिमल लाइफ में. और अभी भी हम वही कर रहे हैं. So this is what they are referring to. Carries our lives in its somnambulist whirl, sleepwalking. Now until now we had done earlier. This was just kind of touching upon the lines. And after this, I would like any one of you who would like to read until maybe I can color these lines so that it's easier for you. Yeah, these yellow lines. है कोई सूरमा?
I can go. There might be just some background
हाँ
singing.
yeah
Athwart the vain, enormous trance of space, its formless stupor without mind or life, a shadow spinning through a soulless void, thrown back once more into unthinking dreams, earth wheeled abandoned in the hollow gulfs, forgetful of her spirit and her fate.
yeah. So this is us, this is not earth only as a planet, this is all of us forgetful of her spirit and fate. And I think I touched upon this earlier also, but worthy to repeat it again. If I told you today you are unworthy, how easily most of us accept that, yes, I am unworthy, and then we begin to react according to that sentence. But if I say today, no, you are divine, you have the capability of Satchit Anand, I think you will say that apna psychiatrist ko dikha lo ya ilaj kara lo. So this is what it is, we are forgetful of our own spirit and our own fate, the higher possibilities that we have for all of us as human beings. So I'll take up these lines one by one. Simiji, do you want to say something?
Monica, I would love to, but the problem is that I have misplaced my reading glasses somewhere. So
Yeah. So do you want
I
to?
won't be able to read.
Oh,
actually.
it's okay. It's okay, but feel free to ask questions in between, whatever.
Yeah, that I'll do.
Yeah.
That I'll certainly
Sure,
do. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So taking up these lines, athwart the vain, enormous trance of space. Now again referring to this, also this cosmologically as the planets, as if they are moving around in trance. Imagine for a moment you are in space, all black, all dark, and there all these bodies, planetary bodies are there, as if something is hanging in trance, like hanging in there. So referring also to that, and also to our own trance, our own sleepwalking state in our lives. And as long as I don't understand or become conscious to the happenings in my life, as if seeing beyond their face value, all appears really meaningless, vain, all appears vain, कि ये चल क्या रहा है मामला लाइफ में. But only when I become conscious of movements of life, even through others and my own self, then I realize that actually, it's not just the face value, there is something else beyond this trance. And there we begin to fathom more and more and realize more about ourselves and about the purpose of life actually itself, which appears purposeless. And why formless stupor without mind or life? Stupor is coming from stupidity, formless stupidity. कि एक तो stupid ऊपर से form भी नहीं उसकी, formless stupidity without mind or life. Now look at our lives, most of us, again referring to the tendencies that rule us. So if we really don't take pause to actually look at what I am doing, actually it is a formless stupor without mind or life. So कहने को हमारे पास mind भी है, life भी है, life force भी है, but हमारी हरकतें ऐसी हैं as if कि ना mind है ना कोई soul है, right? So I have a mind, I have a life, but I am totally unaware of the capacities of that mind, the capacities of that life force. Now, say for example, Dumat Sena, he is the representation of the divine mind, fallen blind. And we live a life in blindness, a formless stupor without mind or life. So when it says without mind or life, it's actually referring to that possibility which is for us, for all of us, the divine mind, the possibilities of mind being a receptacle of the divine grace. But at the moment it is nothing. It's just kind of a technical aspect that it's running again and again, again and again. उसमें कुछ नया होता ही नहीं है. वही same calculations, वही same daily routines, वही same, everything is same, repeating itself. Yeah. And stupor again is referring to a state of not able to think properly, referring to our own states of confusion, where we are not able to be still. We are restless most of the time, and that's why the lack of clarity that we have in life. A shadow spinning through a soulless void. Now imagine yourself as a shadow, also referring to earth as a shadow in cosmological perspective. Imagine yourself as a shadow, and imagine you in the crowd of all this, what we call as life. Dark, I don't even know myself fully, and lost in this rut of life, soulless void. And we have been following this for centuries. A shadow spinning through a soulless void, so far unconscious. Yeah. And what is happening is, the more I hold on to my beliefs and patterns, the more burden a life becomes. As if I am, imagine करो कि एक बंदा है, वो पोटली उठा के डेजर्ट में वॉक करे जा रहा है, उसके पीछे इतना भार है, दैट काइंड ऑफ अ स्टेट. और वो भार किसका है? भार हमारी ही सोच विचारों का है. हम माइंड को स्टिल कर ही नहीं पाते हैं. हमारे ही सोच विचार हैं, हमारे पास्ट हैं, हमारे ही फ्यूचर हैं जो हमें बर्डन कर रखे हैं. All these are self created. Nobody has asked me, कि ये डाल ले अपने दिमाग में. खाली बैठे हैं, चलो क्या करें, चलो पास्ट के बारे में सोचते हैं, थोड़ा फ्यूचर के बारे में सोचते हैं, कुछ तो मजा आए, कुछ तो रस आए. And all these beliefs, what they do at the end of the day, they make me soulless because they suck life energy out of me. So when I begin to become conscious of these burdens that I am carrying, then only a new life dawns. I choose through my free will what kind of a moment do I want right in this minute of my life. That is, unseeing will is now becoming free will. So this is also referring to how Kabir says, man tu samajh ke laad ladaniya, पीना हो तो इहा पी ले, आगे देश निपनिया. So that is what Kabir says कि मन तूने इतना भार अपने ऊपर डाला हुआ है, सोच विचारों का, इमोशंस का, all that धंधाबाजी पूरा जिंदगी का जो है. मन तू समझ के लाद लदनिया, पीना हो तो इहा पी ले. अगर तूने पीना ही है रस, डिवाइन नेक्टर, तो इसी मोमेंट में पी सकता है यूजिंग योर फ्री विल. कोई आगे ऐसा कोई फ्यूचर नहीं आएगा कि तेरा समय चेंज हो जाएगा. उसका इंतजार छोड़ दे. बी होपलेस अबाउट इट. If you can change the moment right now, only that has the capacity to even further change your future. If you cannot change the moment right now, forget about all the theory that you have, read or are reading. So now this becomes really urgent for all of us, If we are going through these words, if we are really making it a part of our life, I think it's enough of sleepwalking with these words. हमें पता नहीं है हमारे पास कितना समय है. बिल्कुल nobody has an idea. In a moment life is gone. So why not use this free will not to get sucked into that soulless void, to make my life soulful each and every moment. For me, Savitri has been this. For me, whatever lines I have read so far, it has not been reading philosophy of Sri Aurobindo at all. Not making it a burden कि हाँ आजकल मैं सावित्री पढ़ रही हूँ. Not like that. It has been more, it has made me more conscious in my own movements towards life. If I read all my life just 4 pages of Savitri and imbibe this, I think that is more than enough what mother expects us from. Right? Mother doesn't want us to go through a whole of Savitri. Mother wants us to get the rasa, the consciousness, the high consciousness that Sri Aurobindo has put in these lines. अगर वो 5 लाइन से भी आ रही है ना मेरे पास, I should be really content and settle down there. क्योंकि वो जो रस हम सब ढूंढ रहे हैं, वो रस हमें कहीं आगे नहीं मिलेगा, और वो पास्ट में भी नहीं है. We all know that. और अगर कोई सोचे कि पास्ट की कोई उम्मीद है जो अभी पूरी होगी और रस देगी, वहां पे भी नहीं है. कर तो लिया कितना ट्राई हमने. So make Savitri, I would rather, go about making Savitri a way of life, making it life itself. As if, you are giving soul to a soulless void. And we all are capable. We all have mother within us. None of us is less capable. And none of us is more capable. So one should really, keep that in mind. So further, thrown back once more into unthinking dreams. Now again referring to the same stupidity of life, as if we are thrown back into those unthinking dreams, little seemingly social things become more important than for us, rather than giving soul to our life. We say नहीं यार उसको ना कैसे करूं, उसने अब मुझे बुलाया, मैं उसको ना कैसे करूं, तो ना करी नहीं जाती, और हम सोललेसली हम चले जाते हैं, और पूरा 4 घंटे हम एक फंक्शन अटेंड करके आ गए. लाइफ बिल्कुल लाइफलेसली, या तो अगर जाते तो हम अपनी सोल के साथ जाते, एज इफ वी केप्ट द सोल असाइड, और गए तो फिर ऐसे अटेंड करके आए कि बस ना ही करते तो अच्छा था. सो वी मस्ट ऑल्सो डेवलप अलॉन्ग विद दैट अ पावर टू से नो to anything that pulls us down. Yeah, we ignore the call of word every day, and that is why the sun has to rise every day, because we say no to God every day. God is saying, hey, may I come, I'm full of light, how do I look, and we say नहीं अभी थोड़े अच्छे तो दिख रहे हो, एक फोटो ले ली उतना काफी है, but अभी टाइम नहीं है, कल आना. And then sun rises again, the sun rises again, the dawn comes again, the beauty of sunrise, the sunset repeats again and again, just to remind us for this higher possibility that awaits us. But even there we don't give it attention, as if जैसे होता है ना, कोई भिखारी आता है तो उसको बोलते हैं कि आगे जाओ, आगे वाले घर में जाओ. So that is the situation, so far with us, that we ignore the call of the word, the call of WORD, word, shabd, shabd, which is full of light, and we fall back into the same unthinking dreams, unthinking life, which is full of unconsciousness. And what happens? Earth wheeled abandoned in the hollow gulfs. Now referring also to the cosmology, imagine earth, just earth full of life, so-called full of life, but it's as if it's not awakened yet to that life which is it's capable of. Imagine the trance of space, pura, imagine yourself in one of, on the other planets, for example, and looking at earth, full of possibilities, immense possibilities of growth, and look at the lives that we lead, abandoned in the hollow gulfs of space, forgetful of her spirit and her fate. अभी पता भी नहीं है अर्थ को कि क्या उसकी पॉसिबिलिटीज है. अभी हमें एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग पता ही नहीं है, हाफ ऑफ द लाइफ हैज गॉन, कि हमारी पॉसिबिलिटीज क्या हैं. एंड व्हाई दिस डॉन इज कमिंग? दिस डॉन इज गोइंग टू टेल अस दैट हे, देयर इज समथिंग एल्स पॉसिबल. Life is just not a struggle, and life is just not, dark all the time. So this reaffirmation has to be there, and sun rises every day for reaffirming that light is there, only if you are ready to give it attention. Dawn is there, the beauty of sunrise, sunset is there, the chirping of birds is there. Would you give it attention? Would you stop to give it attention? So that reaffirmation has to be done in our own lives every day, and not to fall a trap to all the dark ideas that people may give. Even turn them to light. If just as Savitri, when she confronts death for the first time, death says, hey, I am the inconscient, you don't even know how dark I am. And then Savitri says, you are saying the truth, but you are not saying the full truth. You are saying only the half truth. Yes, you are inconscient. Yes, you are dark, but I know where you are coming from. You are child of that divine light. So that is the absolute truth. You are presenting me to scare me only of the half truth, that you are dark, but I know that you are light. And then after that, after that dialogue, death transforms. It kind of comes down on its knees, looking at that immensity of love that Savitri has for everything in life, even the darkness. Yeah. So one has to really remind that yes, my spirit and my fate is not dark, and to merge in the divine, to merge in my divine light is my spirit. One should not forget it. And if one has forgotten it, then we must have the capacity to awaken it in ourselves. Okay. Let's go ahead. Somebody else would like to read the further lines. Anybody else? Aradhana ji has not read. Maybe I can color it in some other color, pink. Yeah. Would you like to read? Okay, fine. No issue. I'll say it's okay. Okay. The impassive skies were neutral, empty, still. Then something in the inscrutable darkness stirred. A nameless movement, an unthought idea. Insistent, dissatisfied, without an aim. Insistent, dissatisfied, without an aim. Something stirred. Something that wished but knew not how to be. Teased the inconscient to wake ignorance. Would anyone like to say something on these lines before I go ahead later? Anything that is coming to you reading these lines? All is welcome. Anyone?
I'll take a go.
Ji.
The impassive skies were neutral, empty, still. Then something in the inscrutable darkness stirred. I think for me, it reminds me that, it's like if I look back and I see when was actually able to make any change in my life, like, in the sense when something became too much, when I was like maybe on my knees. So then it's like that pause, that stillness, that, okay, something big has happened, but in those moments, like when it was, there's some stillness, and I was like, I don't know, doing whatever, like begging or crying or just watching what's happening.
Yeah.
And there was something that I knew that would happen, right? Like,
Yeah.
so you don't know what will happen, but something needs to happen. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I want or what I get, but I know I don't want this.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's what basically
Yeah.
spoke to me.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Anyone else? Reggie, Aradhana, Simi.
Sure. For me, this is the inception of seeking. Because when you hit the wall, when you fall into the darkness, very often you hear of people dying now, suicides happening. When you hit the darkness, if you turn inwards and seek, then you realize there's a huge void that's encompassing you, and you want to seek something higher or something that's amiss somehow.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what gives little bit of a push to the
Yeah,
inconscient
yeah,
to
yeah.
realize the ignorance and then seek for something higher. That's when it starts. It's kind of
Beautiful.
inception.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yes. So Aradhana ji is saying it's as if something is calling. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. So you don't know completely what is calling, but you know that, some idea is there, that something more is there, as Taru said, as Reggie said, the inception of seeking, not satisfied with the darkness completely. Yeah. I think it's really beautiful, when, I'm sure you must be experiencing this immense joy, which actually is, must come through Savitri. When we sit with these lines and more kind of, related with our life, and then it's like as if we are demystifying our own life, through these lines, we are demystifying our own lives, and it really gives a lot of joy. So I'm waiting because Aradhana ji is typing something maybe on these lines. Yeah. So Aradhana ji is saying that this something that stirred, some things make sense in my head, but it becomes difficult for me to give this feeling words exactly, and that is what it is saying, that it's a nameless movement. You cannot name it, and that is why it's difficult for you to give it words. And Taru also said that I know that something is there, but I don't know what it is, So you have a feeling, unthought idea, an idea which cannot be put in thought or words. But there is a knowing, there is a deep knowing that something is there, which I don't know yet what is there. So it's referring to, again, let's take up from the first line. And thank you for attempting, because this really makes me really joyful when you kind of come out and attempt these lines. It's really beautiful. The impassive skies were neutral, empty, still, referring also to the kind of witness aspect in us, the witness purusha. It sees everything, it's seeing all the struggling that we are going through, all the struggles, all the darkness, but it doesn't move, because it says that all will happen according to its own time, and it has eternity with it. Only we human beings are trapped in time. Divine is not trapped in time. For divine, it's eternity, so there is no hurry, right? Impassive skies, neutral, empty, still. तो जो darkness हमें bother कर रही है, वो impassive skies को bother नहीं कर रही. Nothing can bother that impassiveness, the witness aspect. It just observes. It watches and lets you take your own time and pace. कि कोई जल्दी नहीं है. It's like something is just constantly watching you. And then something in the inscrutable darkness stirred. Inscrutable, why? Because for now we were not able to make sense of it, right? What was happening, it was all very kind pitch dark, opaque, impenetrable. But now what starts to happen? Beginning of aspiration, as Reggie also pointed at. Something more must be there. That seeking starts, a will to find light, a will which is insistent and dissatisfied. Why dissatisfied? Because somewhere in its origin it knows darkness is not my home. Something more is possible for me. My life cannot end in darkness. There must be some climax coming, right? So that knowing is there very strongly in us, which is initially very feeble. And initially, what is it? It's as if, coming, first of all, it's coming from the higher realms, and that is why idea with a capital I. Ideas always dawn upon from the higher realms, something which is beyond our mortal existence. So it means that we are still in divine connect with that realm. which is our origin, right? And that is why we have become open. Now what happens in darkness? When we are going through struggles, we become open to ideas. We are ready to listen to people. We say, हाँ, जो word, जितने भी word तू दे सकता है मुझे दे, because I want light. So we are now willing to receive in that darkness. So अब एक आया idea, a seeking, aspiration came. A nameless movement, an unthought idea. Some insistent, dissatisfied, बट विदाउट एन एम. अभी कोई एम डेवलप नहीं हुआ है कि मुझे डिवाइन चाहिए, मेरे को डिवाइन में मर्ज होना है. अभी कोई एम डेवलप नहीं हुआ है. अभी बस हल्का सा स्टर आया है कि कुछ और है, कुछ और है. अभी कहानी खत्म नहीं हुई है, राइट? समथिंग दैट विश्ड बट न्यू नॉट हाउ टू बी. No, imagine referring it to your own life, when in the beginning we are going through our teenage years, and then we think, यार कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा है, कुछ monotonous सा हो रहा है, and then you pick up a book, maybe autobiography of a yogi or something else, and then something stirs in you, something tells you that यार कुछ और है मेरी जिंदगी में जो अभी आने को है. This is not the end of life. पढ़ना लिखना and कमा, letting earning and job, this is not the end of life. So for now I have not yet developed an aim, but I know of a higher possibility, of not even a higher possibility, some other possibility. Without an aim, something that wished but knew not how to be. अभी वो पूरा फॉर्म डेवलप नहीं हुआ है एस्पिरेशन का, अभी सिर्फ बिगिनिंग डेवलप हुई है. और वो बिगिनिंग कैसे डेवलप होती है? बिगिनिंग में हम कहते हैं नेति नेति करते हैं. हम क्या कहते हैं? यार ये वाला जॉब नहीं, कुछ और ट्राई करना है, इसमें मुझे मजा नहीं आ रहा. दिस इज हाउ वी कम राइट एट द राइट प्लेस, वेयर विच इज अवर राइट प्लेस, कि हाँ यहाँ अभी ठीक लग रहा है. सो वी डू नेति नेति. सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई एक्चुअली वांट, बट इट्स नॉट दिस that I want. For example, I had to go through a whole PhD before realizing that PhD is not what I want, right? So something in me knew that I want to be something, like I'm seeking for something, but what exactly I am seeking for वो मुझे PhD करने के बाद पता लगा कि हाँ ये तो नहीं है जो चाहिए, right? So we go through a lot of नेति नेति, ये नहीं चाहिए, ये नहीं चाहिए, and slowly we kind of narrow our path कि हाँ अब समझ में आ रहा है कि किस तरफ जाना है, अपना थोड़ा मार्ग थोड़ा क्लियर होता है. What is this stirring doing? The ripple, what is it doing? Tease the inconscient to wake ignorance. Tease the inconscient to wake ignorance. Now what is happening? As if कि आप सुबह आपका बच्चा सो रहा है, उसको आप हिलाते हैं ना जाके, अगर उठाना हो. कुछ लोगों को तो उठाना नहीं होता, लगता है जितना ज़्यादा सो जाए उतना अच्छा है nowadays. But when we actually want to wake kids up, so what we do, उसको हल्का सा जाके हिलाएंगे, टीज करेंगे तो उसको टीज करते हैं, कि उठ जा, टाइम हो गया, अब सुबह हो गई है, बहुत देर सो लिया, 10 घंटे हो गए सो लिया. So that is how the teasing is happening, tease the inconscient, उसको as if कि tease करा जा रहा है to wake ignorance. किसको जगाना है? Ignorance को जगाना है. Now this is actually, I found really this thing very beautiful. Now when we say I am waking up ignorance, what does it mean? देखिए, एक तरह का जीना तो ये होता है कि ईगो वाला जीना है, जिसमें हम कह रहे हैं कि I know that I know, राइट? मुझे पता है मेरी जिंदगी कैसी चलनी चाहिए. और अभी क्या हो रहा है? अभी तक वही चल रहा था, टेंडेंसीज और वृत्तियां जी रही हैं, ईगो कह रही है आई नो दैट आई नो, मुझे पता है लाइफ ऐसी ही चलनी चाहिए. अब क्या हो रहा है? बिकॉज ऑफ द डिससेटिस्फैक्शन, लाइफ इज गोइंग टू चेंज. तो अब हल्की सी आइडिया आ रहा है कि यार मुझे एक्चुअली में नहीं पता है. सो इग्नोरेंस इज वेकिंग अप. सो देयर इज अ नोइंग कमिंग दैट आई डोंट नो, right? So what is it coming? Ignorance is waking up. I know that I don't know. This is the beginning of waking up of ignorance, and that is what kind of fuels the seeker spirit in us. Who is a seeker? Who is ready to explore, because he says there is much that I don't know and I want to seek. I want to explore. And all of you who are here, you are here nothing, no, you are not here because of anything else. You are here because of that seeking in you, that you know that we don't know many things. I know that I don't know many things, and I want it to get revealed to me. Right? So this seeking is what propels us to tease the inconscient, to tease the old patterns, dead patterns of life. Right? तो अभी क्या हो रहा है, इन बिगिनिंग ऑफ एस्पिरेशन कम से कम इतना पता चल रहा है कि कुछ पता नहीं है हमें. ये है बिगिनिंग ऑफ इग्नोरेंस. अभी तक जो लाइफ थी वो डेड लाइफ थी. उसमें हम बोलते रहे थे आई नो दैट आई नो, बट वी नो हाउ मच आई नो. राइट? और अब क्या हो रहा है, अब एस्पिरेशन नाउ अवेकन्स. इट सेज अभी मुझे पता लग रहा है देयर इज मच दैट आई, देयर इज वेरी मच अबाउट माई सेल्फ दैट आई डोंट नो, एंड आई वुड लाइक टू फाइंड आउट. I would like to search for it. That search breaks the ego in many, many layers, slowly, gradually. And here again, warrior spirit comes into picture, because one can leave the path because it's hurting so much. I have to receive slaps again and again from life कि जो अभी तक पता था वो तो तुझे पता ही नहीं था बहन. अभी तो सब उल्लू बना रहे थे सब तेरा. तो अब जब मेरे को ये पता लगता है कि यार मेरी 30-40 साल की जिंदगी उल्लू बन गई, तो कौन बंदा है जो तैयार है ये स्लैप अपने मुंह पे लेने के लिए. एंड अगेन सूरमा स्पिरिट, वॉरियर स्पिरिट कम्स इनटू पिक्चर कि हाँ मुझे दो, कम से कम जो बचे कुछ साल हैं जिंदगी के वो मैं अंधेरे में नहीं बिताना चाहता. तुम्हें जितना तोड़ना है, जितने थप्पड़ मुझे देने हैं दे दो. ठीक है चलो 30 साल बेकार गए, बट वो 30 साल इतने भी बेकार नहीं थे क्योंकि मुझे वो आज यहां तक तो लेके आए. राइट? सो नाउ दिस काइंड ऑफ अ बिगिनिंग ऑफ एस्पिरेशन एंड seeking begins. Any question at this point? So we'll do until maybe here further lines. Maybe green now this time. Yeah. Who would like to read?
I can read.
Yes, yes.
A throat that came and left a quivering trace gave room for an old, tired, worn, unfilled, at peace in its subconscient moonless cave, to raise its head and look for absent light. Straining closed eyes of vanished memory, like one who searches for a bygone self and only meets the corpse of his desire.
Yeah. Just look at these lines for a few moments, and share if anything comes up, any of you, Yeah.
For me, this is indicative of my ego,
Mm-hmm.
my life that was ruled by my ego, which left me in that sense of unfulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am slowly struggling to, raise my head and look above it, above and beyond it,
Mm.
because as soon as I do that, I realize the futility of my desire
Mm.
that held on to it.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
And there the struggle to
Yeah.
seek begins.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I think for me, it's like, we always say na, that pain is show. Like, pain is really what wakes you up.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like nobody wants it, right? Because we know that if we get it, we'll have to pay attention or wake up or, kind of look at the way we are living our lives.
Yeah.
So when actually that pain comes and, it just leaves you like shaken or surprised or shocked or whatever, then there's something in me that kind of gets up and wakes up, and it's like, how do I do this? Like, abhi tak when the life was going normal, like my normal, I didn't need to pay attention or look at what I really want or what is missing.
True.
But when it becomes so painful that I cannot work this way anymore. Like, it's just, I cannot go on the way I was going on before. So then I have to raise my, head, and I mean, something in me stirs and wants to connect to those feelings.
Yeah. Radhana ji and Simi, any lines that you want to share? Okay, I'm assuming it's nothing then. So let's see these lines. A throw that came and left a quivering trace. So this aspiration, which now begins to awaken kind of, in kind of a nameless movement, unthought idea, not really sure of what exactly it seeks, but it seeks, right? Something seeks. A throw that came and left a quivering trace. हल्का सा उसका ना हिला के जैसे रिपल. तो होता क्या है कि काफी बार हमारी लाइफ में ऐसे फेजेस आते हैं वेयर वी सम एस्पिरेशन लाइट्स अप बट वी डोंट पे इट मच अटेंशन एंड थ्रू आउट अवर लाइव्स because it has to be now a dissatisfied life because we never paid it attention. तो जब भी हमें मौका मिलता है रुकने का, पॉज करने का, हमारा बार बार ध्यान उसी रिपल पे जाता है जो हमारे में हिला था. We all know that that it's something which is deeply felt. हमें लगता है कुछ तो था उस मोमेंट में जो शुभ था. क्या था शुभ ये नहीं पता, कैसे फॉलो करना था ये नहीं पता, बट फॉलो नहीं किया उसकी वजह से ही हम वापस अंधकार में हैं, राइट? सो थ्रो दैट केम एंड लेफ्ट अ क्विवरिंग ट्रेस. हिला के रखता है कुछ हिला दिया. लीव रिपल्स इन अवर बीइंग एंड सम मेमोरीज ऑल्सो. गेव रूम for an old tired want unfilled. Now what is this tired old want? This is the want of our own being which has actually come from light and is seeking light amongst the darkness. This is the old tired want. Gave room. अब उसके लिए क्योंकि वो रिपल हुआ एस्पिरेशन का, now it created a space, it created an opportunity for that old tired want unfilled, जो अभी तक पूरी नहीं हुई है. पूरी कब होती है? वो पूरी तब शुरू होती है जब हम अपना आइडेंटिफिकेशन, यूनिफिकेशन विद द डिवाइन शुरू करते हैं, सरेंडर के पथ पे आगे बढ़ते हैं, तब वो पूरी होनी शुरू होती है. अभी क्या सिचुएशन है? अभी कुछ हल्का सा हिला, बट उसने एक अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट करी कि वो जो मेरी सीकिंग थी, लॉन्गिंग थी, अब उसके लिए थोड़ी जगह बनने लग गई है. गेव रूम for an old tired unfilled want. अभी तक कहां थी वो old tired want? कहां थी? At peace in its subconscient moonless cave. Now again referring to that darkness, that mechanical movement of the life, moonless cave. Cave है लेकिन moonless है, चांद भी नहीं है वहां पे, और अभी तक वो वहां बिल्कुल आराम से एट पीस, तमस में, इनर्शिया में, बिल्कुल एज इफ ओवरवेल्म्ड विद द डार्कनेस एंड मैकेनिकलिटी ऑफ द लाइफ रूटीन, नॉट रेडी टू मूव, सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम इट्स ओन एसेंस ऑफ ट्रू लाइट, राइट? देयर इट वॉज हाइडिंग एज इफ रेस्टिंग सिंस सेंचुरीज, not even centuries, maybe more than that. टू रेज इट्स हेड. अब ये जो रिपल हुआ इसने क्या पॉसिबिलिटी जगाई उसकी, इट गेव इट रूम एंड टू रेज इट्स हेड एंड लुक फॉर एब्सेंट लाइट. नाउ सी द ब्यूटी, एब्सेंट लाइट. There is no light that I see so far, but I am ready to look for it. What in me knows that a light which for the moment I cannot see exists? What in me knows? Isn't this really beautiful? I really found it really beautiful. What in me knows that this darkness is not the end? अब उसको जगह मिली है, to raise its head. This ripple has created a space to raise its head and look for absent light. Straining closed eyes of vanished memory. Memory ऐसी कि वो बिल्कुल vanish हो चुकी है. Totally gone. Straining closed eyes. Now imagine you are sleeping in your room and dawn is going to come and हल्का सा लाइट आनी शुरू होने वाली है अभी. नाउ क्या होता है जब हम उठना शुरू करते हैं, वी स्ट्रेन अवर क्लोज्ड आईज. राइट, इतनी तेज लाइट होती है कि हमें लगता है कि नहीं अभी थोड़ी देर और सोएंगे, थोड़ी देर और, आंखें खुलना नहीं चाहती पूरी तरह. स्ट्रेनिंग क्लोज्ड आईज ऑफ वैनिश्ड मेमोरी. एक ऐसी मेमोरी जो ऑलमोस्ट गॉन है, बट द मेमोरी इज देयर, अ ट्रेस इज देयर which knows about that absent light, very faint, covered with dust. And now we are moving the tamas, we are moving the inertia. Okay. Anybody else the same problem, not able to hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. सो आराधना जी जरा अपना ही चेक कीजिए. जब आ रही है तो आ ही रही होगी इसका मतलब. या ओके, सो देयर मस्ट बी सम इंटरनेट कनेक्शन, देयर fault. So yeah, okay, great. So what is happening? It's now raising its head, looking for an absent light. Now there is a chah, a longing, a yearning to be one with light. Enough of the darkness. I am aware that light seems absent, but it must be somewhere. That seeking is there. Okay. Now I am straining. Now what is this straining referring to? We always, whenever something new comes up in life, we always have to put effort. Right? We always have to give it some time, give it our energy. Now there is a trouble that we have to go through. क्योंकि जब ओल्ड सिस्टम चल रहा है, वही सोना वही उठना, उसमें ट्रबल नहीं है ना, उसके तो हम रूटीन आदी हो चुके हैं. ट्रबल किसमें है कि अब तुम्हें तो कोई बोले कि यार आज ना सुबह 6 बजे उठना है, कोई सेशन है, उसमें ट्रबल है. यू हैव टू स्ट्रेन योर क्लोज्ड आईज. राइट, हमें लगता है अरे यार रूटीन थोड़ा टेढ़ा मेढ़ा करना पड़ेगा. So we have to go through that trouble, put effort and strain in order to break the old patterns if we want to seek light. Further, like one who searches for a bygone self and only meets the corpse of his desire. This is beautiful again. As if I am seeking for something, कि मुझे लगता है यार कभी तो मैं रही होंगी लाइट इस पास्ट में, कहीं ना कहीं तो मुझे दिखेगा कि मैं वो थी जो मैं सीख कर रही हूं. दिख क्यों नहीं रहा, हर जगह डार्क ही डार्क क्यों है. लाइक वन हु सर्चेस फॉर अ बायगॉन सेल्फ. कभी ना कभी तो मैं ये रही होंगी ना जिसकी मैं सर्च कर रही हूं. वो था कौन, वो क्या कंडीशन थी, क्या स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग थी मेरी जिसकी मैं सर्च कर रही हूं. और मिलता क्या है उसको जब वो सर्च करता है? And only meets the corpse of his desire, because for centuries we have been following our desires. आशा तृष्णा ना मरी, कह गए दास कबीर. कबीर कहते हैं बॉडी तो मर जाती है, तुम्हें लगता है एक नया जन्म शुरू हुआ, कुछ नया जन्म मन नहीं शुरू हुआ. वही आशा वही तृष्णा ही कैरी कर रहे हो, उसी को अभी भी पूरा करना चाहते हो. कोई आज पूछे कि तुम्हें क्या चाहिए, तुम बोलोगे बस वो रिलेशनशिप में जो गड़बड़ चल रही है ना वो ठीक हो जाए, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. कोई नहीं बोलेगा मुझे भगवान चाहिए. So even when this seeking is there, this longing is there, even there it's the prakopa of ignorance is so strong that when one looks what one is seeking and looks at the past, what was the light in my life? Where was the light? One only sees that one has been following a desire after the desire and desire after the desire. Nothing else is to be found. Corpse of his desire. So all the previous personalities that I had in my life were motivated from my desires, a desire of having a good job, a desire of having a settled life. I never actually saw light, sought, kind of was seeking for light. इतना दूर रह गया है वो वाला जो बाईगॉन सेल्फ है ना, इतना दूर है कि मैं सदियों से अपनी डिजायर्स फॉलो करती आ रही हूँ. लाइट तो पता नहीं कौन से जन्म में मैंने सीख करी थी. दैट इज व्हाट वी फाइंड व्हेन वी लुक बियॉन्ड फॉर दैट बाईगॉन सेल्फ विच वी आर सीकिंग फॉर. कहीं ना कहीं तो वो लाइट थी, and only meets the corpse of his desire. And this is the strength of running after desires, that not only for this lifetime we have been, for eons, for centuries we have been actually running only after desires, and that's what has made us what it has made us right now today. Yeah, so from my side I think these are enough for us to talk about today. Anything else from your end? I'll be happy to discuss, or if not, that's also okay.
I had actually read something on desires which I would like to share.
Yeah.
So it's from the Upanishads. So usme there was this example that it's like desires. It's like, say somebody has come to your door and he's asking for things, right? Like ek umbrella de do, give me a handkerchief, give me a leaf, give me a knife. So you are just, calmly handing him whatever he's asking for.
Yeah.
And एक बार दोगे, दो बार दोगे, 10 बार दोगे, 20 बार दोगे, 100 बार दोगे, and then you'll say, what is happening? Like, first of all, what he's asking, where is it using? Where is he using the things he's asking? But there's no relation between the desires as such. कि कुछ भी कहीं से कुछ तो मांगते जा रहे हो. तो one day it would come that you would ask him कि हाँ, मतलब लेते तो जा रहे हो, इसका कर क्या रहे हो? मतलब you are not reaching the end of desire. And the lives that we live, there are billions of people on this planet, and nobody has ever been able to reach the end of desires through desires. तो अगर कोई end होता तो कोई एक तो होता जो बोलता कि हाँ मुझे मिल गया बस और नहीं चाहिए टाइप ना. So by indulging you can never reach the end.
Totally.
There has to be a kind of an inward thing when you go to the root of that desire.
Yeah.
कि आ कहाँ से रहा है,
True.
चाहिए क्यों, and there you see कि वहाँ पे भी they don't even know कि क्यों चाहिए, बस चाहिए.
Yeah.
And when you start asking that question, there is no answer obviously, but then the person stops,
Yeah.
kind of pauses कि हाँ मुझे क्यों चाहिए ना, मतलब because it's so used to
Yes.
asking that it stops, wondering why it needs.
Yeah, totally. I think if one really looks at it, then there is a possibility of sublimation of desire. The only thing is that we don't look at it. So yes, the power of attention, the power of sitting with the desire and not following it blindly, soullessly. I think yes, really, and that can only take us to the root and end of the desire as well. Yes, totally with you. Yeah. I think attention, that's why attention, being conscious of what we are going through, being conscious of our own movements, really has a kind of a burning intensity, as if वो होता है ना, if you are sitting in the sunlight and you have a paper and a magnifying glass, and the same sunlight which is not able to for now burn anything, the moment you give it attention through that magnifying glass, you are concentrating all that energy of the sunlight. It has the capacity to burn the paper even, and that is the capacity of attention. of a deep concentration of on our own movements, whether it's desire, anger, restlessness, even sadness and sorrow, for example. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. Anything else?